Hello boys and girls, how's it going? Healtech, you've seen the title, you know what's going to happen. Quick brief synopsis of why we're doing it before we do. If you've been following the channel, you know I've been having numerous issues with the MTC failures on the SuperDuke. Now they are very annoying issues. They keep happening and they're not going away. Essentially what's happening, what we think is happening at least, is the servo motor valve is out of sync, getting stuck, and or the cables are untightening themselves. So there's a sensor on the servo that tells the ECU whether or not the flap is stuck, or there's numerous issues that can go wrong with it. You know, the cables can be out of sync, and it throws up an MTC failure. If any of you have had this, you know how annoying it is. There's been a load of people that have had the same problem. I rung up Kestrel KTM and they said the only fix that they can recommend is to put Healtech on it. Whether this voids my warranty, I don't know, but they told me to do it, so I'm going to give it a go. I know that this has helped a lot of other people in the past as well, so like I said, we're just going to try it out and see what happens. Now, the install itself is fairly simple. You do have to take the composite off the back of the bike in order to get to the servo motor to take it out. It's only a little piece, so it will be saving weight as well, which is good, and we might see if there's any kind of sound difference. I've had a look at the manual, and there's a few videos online of people already doing this, so yeah, I'm not going to be talking during the video. I'll just put some music on and just, yeah, this is not a how-to, this is just me doing it. Anyway, we shall crack on. It shouldn't be that much of a hard job. Like I said, we're going to see if there's any sound differences as well afterwards, and we'll see if it fixes the MTC problem. So stay tuned, we'll get this installed, and I'll see you in a minute. Can't find the hole. Right boys, yesterday was a bit of a failure, so I've come back this morning, well, come back today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the undercarriage, fairing, underpiece, whatever you want to call that. I'm going to take that off first, because what's happening is essentially the servo motor is not in a line. As you can see, it's off to an angle there. It's just slightly askew, which means that I can't get the cables out, and I've tried to undo these as much as possible, and they're not coming up at all. So I think what I'm going to have to do is start from the top downwards, basically, by getting the servo motor out, which is this guy here underneath the red cables. Try and get that out, undoing these guys here, and try and do that first, and then work my way back down to try and give it some slack to then be able to pull the cables out, and then undoing the mounting screws from here and take the ECU out, get us some space. Also got a leak in the garage, so that's fucking annoying, and it's not stopped raining, so I've not been able to fix the bloody thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop the ECU off, so I've got a bit of space. They're just held on by these little rubber boys here. Just gonna let that dangle off the edge, and again, we've got clear access to the servo motor now. That's about right. Okay, there's not much room in here because you've got the battery, you've got the fuse box, you've got what looks like the fuse box here for the battery, some kind of fuse box underneath that. Oh fuck. Okay, well there goes one of my fuses. I don't drop this. Jesus Christ. Fucking fuse just fucking popped out. Wonderful. So just watch out for that, and don't just do what I did and accidentally pop the fucking thing off just by touching it. I mean, that's just silly design. That, don't know why that wasn't clipped down properly, but that wasn't even on. But I just want to undo them for the minute, just loosen them up if I can. I'm gonna get the extension in there just to give me a bit more room. Just undo these, they're not on too tight. If you can just get your socket in there, hopefully then you can then just loosen them off, so then you can undo them finger tight kind of thing. Oh, got it. So you might just have enough room, because I've got quite long sockets here. Just loosen them. I'm also sorry about the lighting. Not much I can do about that in the minute. It's really slow. There we go. Right. think I've got it. I have bent this plastic bit, but it's quite flimsy anyway, so again I do apologise about the lighting. Right, I can now undo this by hand. Cool. Literally just... Thing is with these screws on this bike in particular is they are very, very shallow. The heads are very shallow, so you can strip them really, really easily. So just be careful when, just like that. They twist out really fucking easily, so just be careful when you're taking them out. Yeah, the heads are very, very shallow in there, so when you're taking them out, they can kind of roll around like this and twist, and it's very difficult for them to grab because they're not very deep in there, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to take this guy out here. So this is just keeping this bottom bit on, really. Remember, this one was a massive pain to get in last time, and I really chewed up the screw because it didn't line up properly. Again, another annoyance with KTM stuff. Both of these up, what's right? Yeah, one thing about this bike I'm not keen on is the fit into the screws and stuff like this. They're very, very grindy and they're very difficult to get into a line. Really have been tough to keep you know, from messing the threads up, and really grindy and really fucking horrible in some cases. So there's that pan off. One area the Street Triple did have a better thingy in is definitely the fittings and fixings and the quality of the threads and stuff like that. Right, that's that one off. I mean, look at this. Look at the amount of shit on that thread. It's all that fucking... all the aluminium just like stripping off inside. That is really, really bad. Absolutely atrocious threads. Again, another screw that got stripped out is that one there. Yeah, I'm really hoping I don't have to take this. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate these fucking screws. They're absolute dog shite. Right, lift that up. Oh, cool. Okay, right, so the entire composite just fucking falls down. So what we need to do is undo this guy here. Just undo that. I wish I could put this somewhere that would help me. That isn't there. There we go. Just do that. Pull that out like that. What I am going to do though is I'm going to take this bracket out here. So if I can take the bracket off, then this little bit here will disappear, and I can just pull it out hopefully. Just get your hand in there, and then pull that off like that. And then this clip should just, which it is doing, should just fall out like this. Right, and then the servo should just fall out. There we go. Like so. Okay, and this here is where we plug the Healtech into. So we'll undo this. So you just want to pull these tabs down and then pull out. Nice, so there are two little tabs on there, if you can see that. You just push them down. So now that this is loose, I can now go down here, and then pull these guys out. Like so. And I can just pull that one out. Like so, and then I can just pull these through here. Oh, there we go, that's the servo out. We've now got the Healtech, obviously. And then, again with this guy here, you just want to plug it in. So you get the holes here and the little pins there. Pop that into the clips, make sure that's in, and then pull this rubber boot back over so that it's waterproofed and not going to cause any problems. And then to figure out where we can then install this on the bike, just going to put the composite back on. So obviously the composite here, see if this can go somewhere under there like that, or I'm not too sure, we'll figure it out. But before we do, I'm just going to check the bike to see if there's any errors. When it pops up, it shouldn't do. And we don't have any errors. So you see if it turns on. It does indeed. Awesome, so that works. Now to put it all back together again. lift it up from the bottom and then start to thread it in from here so that it catches. And then do the same for here and just make sure that everything's up and aligned, nothing's trapped. Again, this going back into here, and then whilst pushing it upwards, because you don't want any resistance on that thread, push up. Make sure everything's clear underneath here. So make sure that the thread is catching, which it seems to be doing. This is one of the ones that was being a bit earlier. Not tightening them down too much just yet. But also make sure that you're pushing up from the bottom when if you've got a chance, just to alleviate the pressure on the thread. It's going to be fun. Hold it up and hold the bike up at the same time. That's that one nipped up. Just up to hand tight. You don't want to over tighten these because the threads are shocking. That's the bulk of it done. Now just to whack the skid plate back on. Again, just want to get them threads started. Again, just hand tight with these because you don't want to overdo it, because it seems like the internals of the threads are crappy aluminium. And if you over torque them, they just shred from the inside. So just past hand tight for me on these. For now, I think I'll just tie it down to this, because I can't see anywhere else within that vicinity where I can just keep it tied up. I want to make sure that, oh, for fuck's sake, that fucking fuse again. Where's it gone now, for fuck's sake? Just try and basically underneath that little cross brace there, and then just do it from here so it's far enough away from that relay to where hopefully nothing will zap it. Just hopefully just nip that up there, and that should hopefully just stay in that area where the thingy was before. And now I'm just going to leave that there for now. That should be fine. Touch wood. Right, and that's that. We'll put the bike back together now, and yes, that should be it. I'll give you an outro. Bang bang boom. Right, boys and girls, there you have it. A little bit of a faff having to take the under tray off and all that kind of stuff, but compared to the Speed 1200, I reckon it was actually a bit easier, because once, you know, it was just 3 screws, 3 bolts holding it in to the chassis, and then once the under tray was off, there's a little screw underneath and you just pull straight through, and then you can just pull the cables off, and it's as simple as that really. Actually quite easy. There are a little few bits and bobs obviously there that I was a bit frustrated about and stuff, but I've got a really bad back at the minute. I've really fucked it up. I've always had back problems and stuff, but today it's been very bad. So frustrations aside, it was actually quite an easy job. Hopefully then I will not get any more NTC issues, errors, all that kind of stupid shit. So I'll keep you updated on that, and I'll also give you an update on to see whether there's a better, you know, bottom end sound or throatiness, or the fueling, how that's changed with the valve constantly being open. So there might be some changes there as well. So stay tuned for that. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon, I'm sure. Until the next time, boys and girls, sod 'em out. See you soon.